Hello and welcome back to SpiderGrinding. So in the last video I ended with getting the weekly combat buff and doing a test run of Construct V2 normal mode. And it went pretty well. It was a 6.5 minute run. It seemed reasonably solid. Obviously with the combat buff that does give me a lot of stats and a lot of psycho modifiers that make it easier. But it was kind of promising to see that it was like getting closer to being viable. Since then, I've done a few more runs. I've been just continuing to test it out, and none of them have been as fast as that first run, unfortunately. So I've been seeing more like 7-8 minute runs. This one, where I'm at right now, is almost 8 minutes already. And that's with the combat buff, that's with the resting buff. It's, and my stats and my psycho modifiers aren't amazing, right? Like, obviously, I don't have Sadraga gear. I only have one gold one item, and the rest is silver or bronze, even for some things that are going to be replaced eventually. But it's a little farther away from being viable than I'd hoped, I think. And part of that as well is just normal tit is so good now that it's hard for V2 to be competitive until you get really strong, right? So the speed and ease at which I can do normal tit is also going to be increasing as I get stronger. So it's not like there's a fixed target here. Until I get to the point where I'm like one-shotting everything in tit, it's going to continue to get faster, and that means it's going to remain competitive with V2 even as V2 gets better. Yeah, it's a tough one. So just as a recap, here's my stats. This is with the combat buff, so that's giving me 60 extra power and knowledge. So it would be 1008 power, 751 knowledge without the buff. My psycho modifiers, again, weekly combat buff gives me 5% more ranged hit, 5% more crit, 5% more double attack, 5% more magic damage. So take that into account when you look at this. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at, but I'm just not. I don't seem to be that close to being able to do normal V2 without the combat buff right now. And even with the combat buff, it's honestly borderline. I'm not sure if it's even worth grinding with the combat buff right now, just because tit is so good. And I don't think tit needs to be nerfed or anything. It's just my character is not strong enough to do V2. It's like, and again, like I can do V2, like I can get the kills, but it's just gonna take too long, and I'm gonna get more for my time just doing a tit instead. All right, so I don't know. It feels weird, man. It's like I need worm essentially at this point for it to really change things, right? Like if I got worm, that's a massive boost to my double attack and crit chance, so that would be huge. The extra AP doesn't hurt either. But with what I have right now, I just don't see it. And again, like, a lot can change in the time I expect to spend it, right? Like I'm still like 1500, 1600 normal tit runs away from my target of 2500 normal tit right now. So maybe by the time I do those extra runs, I'll have the levels, I'll have the drifts, I'll have the shards to do what I want to do. But I don't know. I feel a little further away than I thought I was, and And we'll see. We'll see what happens in this video. We'll see if I get any lucky drops. You know, there's a lot of avenues for making my character stronger still, from getting better drifts, getting more PXP, getting more shards and encrusting my gear further, dropping worm if I'm extremely lucky. But yeah, those are things you can't really predict. You never know when you're gonna get a big lucky drop, and there's really no point in thinking about it too much. You know, it's like watching a pot and hoping it boils. It will take longer than you think it should, and if you just step away for a minute, you'll come back and be surprised by it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna keep grinding away, see what happens, and I don't really have any expectations, but you know, I'm still seeing progress on the character, still enjoying the game, so I'm happy with how things are going. Alright, just doing some full clear druggles here. Need to do 4 for the weekly, so doing that, and you know, it's a good source of PXP anyway, so I don't mind. And speaking of PXP, this should level up all of my drifts on area arches. Let's take a look. No loot, but yeah. Arch Grid 11, Magnilorn 14, and Arch Ling to 14 as well. So, I'm going to turn those off now, and I'm going to work on these. So, I'm going to get this Ellen up to 11, get this band up to 16, and then I'm probably just going to stop when this Teld hits 15. I don't think I'm going to push it all the way to 16 just yet, because there's some other things I want to work on that are more important, like, you know, this one's 14 right now, so that would be more of a priority. So yeah, let's get some more XP on these. That is a Magnidrift. It's not a good Magnidrift, but it is a Magnidrift. Ooh, a Doom of the People. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's an unfortunate orb. Oh well, still 650 shards, no complaints there. Ooh, okay. Yeah, not great, but hey, still a blue. That is a kill count. Should be about 950, I think now. Exactly 950. All right. Alright, nice little round 5 Mahet. Do we get that 50% to Mars? No. No, we do not. Alright, so I just want to discuss one potential problem in my plan of doing 2500 normal tit and then moving on to normal construct v2. And that is, I did not anticipate how much faster tit would get as I got stronger. So this is with the weekly buff, and that's also what I used when I was testing construct v2. And when I was doing construct v2 with the weekly buff, I was able to comfortably do, I'd say I was averaging 7 to 8 minute runs. But with the weekly buff on normal tit, I'm doing like 3.5 minute runs. And this is not the fastest run I've had, so I've seen like 3 minutes, 15 seconds or so. And some of them are longer, you know, but essentially I'm able to do 2 tit runs in the time it takes to do 1 construct v2 run, and that is kind of a problem, because I don't think construct v2 is twice as good as tit. So that means I need to be stronger than I am right now. And, you know, with these weekly buffs, I'm pretty strong, right? Like, 40.6% crit, 40.6% double attack, 45.6 magic damage. I mean, I'm not like crazy strong or anything, but you could imagine I would be this strong after, you know, 2500 tit, or this might even be stronger than I would be after 2500 tit. You know, if I got worm, that might change things, but, you know, that could be a multi-year endeavor. You know, you never know when that's going to drop. So right now it's looking like it'll take a lot more strength for me to be able to do normal V2 more efficiently than than I expected. So I'm not sure what that will mean for the series. Maybe by the time I get to 25 normal tit, I'll need to, or 2500 normal tit, I'll need to continue with more normal tit, or you know, maybe I'll just need to prioritize acquiring worm a bit harder or something like that. But yeah, I was a little surprised at how fast tit could be. I honestly thought that with so many, you know, 3 packs of mobs, just the waiting for animations would eat up more time than this, but it seems to be pretty quick. So I think I need to get Construct V2 down to about 5 minutes, which is probably like one rounding all the sentries and maybe one rounding phase 3, probably not one rounding phase 1 and 2, but maybe sometimes. I mean, it's all RNG, right? Like, you know, maybe you're capable of one rounding phase 1 and 2, but usually you don't. But those times you do makes up for the times when you don't one round a sentry or whatever. But either way, definitely is going to require a lot more than I thought it would. Not to be able to do V2, but to be able to do it more efficiently than tit, which is not something I factored in. I was just thinking, like, get to the point where I can do V2 effectively, and I was not thinking so much about competing with tit and how fast tit would be when I reach that strength level. So it's yeah, it's we'll just have to see what happens. Alright, in theory, this is about to go 2 plus 8. Alright. Alright, so the nice thing about him dropping that Magni is he's actually interested in trading for 4 buys, so that gets me a step closer. Alright, not the fastest kill there, but no loot either, but it is kill count number 1000. So, 1,500 to go. They are all gonna fail. Okay, that's not one. Okay, that's one. That is one. I honestly did not know. What? Oh no. Shit. Broski lied. Alright, well, yeah, 2 Magnies is not bad. Gorgeous. Alright, finally over 36% crit. No! No, fucking no, drop the Tamaras. Very worthwhile to rule kill with no Druid. Alright, it is once again time to do one more spin on the shadow. Ooh. Oh, nice. Okay, +8. We are getting there. Ooh, alright, got a Splinters here. Honestly, nice orb, and that is the first drop in some time. The last drop was kill count 950, and it is now 1036, so that is 86 kills since the last one. That's a bit of a dry streak. Glad to get that out of the way and get that blue. Alright, no worm. Do we get a back-to-back blue? No back-to-back blue, but Magnetel leveled up, so that is level 15 now. And 100k left to go on the Arch Band to get to 16. I think I'm just going to turn off this Teld for now. There's other Telds that are lower than it that I can focus on later. And I'm just going to focus on getting this band to 16. But yeah, that gets me to... Where is double attack? Near the bottom there. 36.1% double attack, and crit is now at 36.57 after that arch merge. So yeah, both of those over 36%. My might is now getting pretty close to 14k. Alright, so I'm just doing the Andayan event here. The first weekend of the Andayan event, so didn't really know what to expect going into this because they always change it when they reintroduce the Andayan event, but honestly this seems pretty good. What is this debuff actually? This is interesting. But yeah, the rewards seem pretty good, getting some good Psycho XP, a lot of Pet XP, and there's a chance to drop flasks. There's a decent amount of Emperors being dropped. Like, I like the drops here. Like, let's see what these drops are. Like Ducats, Emperors, a Black Key. Yeah, pretty happy with this. And look at the Pet XP. That is just really nice to see. You know, my Butterfly's at 98% to 132, so that should level up. I might be able to get like... Yeah, I might be able to get a few levels on all my pets here. We'll see what happens. Alright, I think I'm going to take the combat buff for this. Just speed up these kills a little bit. Let's see how it goes with the combat buff on. Okay. Not quite in range of one-shotting them like with a triple crit, but okay, I can one-shot them with a lucky crit. That's that's nice to see. Alright, I actually missed when this leveled up, but it is now a level 16, so I'm gonna turn that off, and I mean, well, that's all my crit at level 16, so that's... Where's my crit? What the heck? Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. So this is with the weekly combat buff, so 5% extra. So without the buff, it would be 37.05%. So that is something. What should I level up next? I'm tempted to just take these to 16, but I'm not sure. I'm just gonna level these, you know? Get that triple arch bonus. Why not? Yeah. Let's see, how much psycho XP do I get from attack? I have 3 pets on, so that's gonna reduce the psycho XP quite a bit, but honestly, the pet XP is more valuable than the psycho XP. There's not many opportunities for leveling pets, and I definitely want to get more levels on them before Christmas so they can be tankier meat shields for that event. So yeah, gonna be leveling pets throughout this whole event, and less psycho XP is fine. So that about doubled the psycho XP I was getting per pack. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Okay, so honestly, no idea how much I'm gonna level these. I'm just gonna do this event, see where they end up, and probably keep leveling them after. But yeah, I mean, with all the crit max, I don't exactly know what to work on now. Like, I could go max all my double attack, but I kind of feel like getting some more magic damage would be nice. We'll see. This skill should be getting me a magic damage level here, so Archibald level up to 14. Again, this is with the weekly buff, so my magic damage is actually 41.12%, so still a ways to go, but you know, making progress. I do want to take all 3 of these drifts up to 21 at some point, but I'll probably be taking a break from leveling them before I get into those arch levels, and just focus more on getting some other things up to 16. So I know there's a few other buffs and tells in my gear that are not 16 yet, and probably gonna make more sense to take those to 16 before embarking on the process of really pushing the high levels of 21s. But you know, we'll see. The event has been pretty good. Get away from my taunt. The event has been pretty good except for all of the pet revives. It's a little pricey, but yeah, getting a decent amount of PXP and a lot of pet XP, so definitely happy with that. Alright, currently at +8. Let's see if we can get the +9. Easy. Oh, this is gonna feel bad when it resets. Alright, this skill should get me a level 15 Archling. It may also kill my Ton, and is very likely to kill my Plux, because I did not one-round this Andayan warrior, so just, oh. For the first time in his entire life, my Plux has just dodged multiple attacks in a round. That is absolutely spectacular. Will my Ton die for this? Maybe. maybe. Alright, nice and easy. Let's see, is that the level up? That is indeed. Alright, so very nice to see that. This one's 14 now. I missed that level up, but I'll probably keep leveling the chest until this abaf hits 15, and then swap over to something a little lower level. I have this level 13 and this level 12 abaf, so would like to get those up at some point, but yeah, I think I'll just keep working on this one till it's 15, get that extra 110k on it. Alright, so I think this is going to be the last pack that I kill for this Andayan event. It's 5.5 hours till the event ends, and I do need to get some sleep before doing some hard mode Moranas on my night in the morning. So, just gonna kill this pack and run you guys through what I've got out of the event. So I did have to depot some of it, so I'll have to make a trip down to the depot. But yeah, ooh, nice little 1 round. Don't even have the weekly buff anymore. And that is an Archer Buff to level 15. Alright. So, yeah, again, no weekly buff here. So these are my actual Psycho mods. Magic damage up to 41.5. I know the Polish say that, or I've heard that the Polish say that 54% is the acceptable threshold for magic damage. So I'm still quite a ways off from that. But, you know, progress is progress. I think I'm going to turn these off and work on leveling this magic damage. It only needs about 40k to get another level there. So yeah, let's take a look at what I've got out of this event. So I didn't really no-life the event or anything. So let's see here. So I got 385 platinum keys. Where's the essence? There it is. A ton of essence, so 424 essence. That is pretty nice. These medium flasks I just had up in my inventory in order to revive Ton every time he died. Shards. 379 shards. So I was getting more essence than shards, but yeah, it's not a huge amount, right? Like, I would have got more shards from doing Tit, but still, that gets me really close to 4,000. Debating whether or not I should take my boots to S3 or if I should keep saving up more for maybe a gold 1 Zala. Not too sure what's gonna make sense yet. But alright, let's get those flasks. And emperors. Not too far. Alright. So yeah, so I got 2,116 emperors. That's actually pretty nice. It's gonna save me some money on Dragul crystals and daily task rerolls, weekly task rerolls. And then on the flask side of things, I got 16 strength, 16 life, only 15 power, but 8 knowledge, 11 stam, 11 dex, 14 destruction, and 8 mana. So pretty happy with the low amount of mana, fairly low amount of stam. The strength I can probably trade for power later, and the rest are useful enough, I guess. Like, it's a nice little boost to my flask collection there. So yeah, I think this might actually be a good place to end the video. So honestly, it's not been too crazy of a video. Just did the Andayan event, got a decent amount of Psycho XP from the event, as well as just throughout the period of this video, I've been doing a lot of Tit, getting a lot of Psycho XP there. So got a level on this Dur, got a level on this Ling, got a level on this Abaf. I got all of my critical hit drifts up to 16, so I have 4 level 16 crit drifts now, and turned this one into an arch, which is really nice to have because I will eventually want to take that to level 21 alongside one of these Archtelds, but probably a ways off from pushing for that. And honestly, the pet XP from this Andayan event was really nice because I got Ton up 3 levels. I got Fly up, I think, also 3 levels. And I got Plox up by 6 levels. So they're much tankier. Gonna get them more XP in the next events over the summer, and hopefully have them nice and tanky for Halloween and Christmas, because I need those big, thick meat shields in those events to get the most out of them. But yeah, really happy with how progress is going here. The drifts are getting pretty stacked. I'm getting to the point where, you know, gains are slow, but they're still coming. And yeah, I guess I don't know what's gonna come next, but yeah, I'm mostly just focusing on these magic damage drifts, so probably gonna be continuing off there in the next video.